Well, it looks like the Boxers are calling for a change of jammer. So we're going to be seeing De La Hoya out on the line. And the jam is on.
A little bit of confusion there as I think Babs had to jump back off the track because she didn't have any numbers on her arms.
Oh.
Got to have all the proper numbers. Meanwhile, Frowntown's going to start this thing off. Lead jammer for the scare. So Frowntown going to pick up 1 point and then call that jam off to put the scare on the board.
Next out, we're going to see Jadrian on the line jamming against Bats.
And Bats is going to be lead jammer here for the scare.
And looks like Jadrian is out as well, star in hand. And Bats is going to take a chance and run this jam, see how many points she can pick up.
Got our first penalty of the game here as KD takes a seat for the scare. So a 4-on-3 pack advantage now for the Jewel Boxers. So both squads putting 4 points on the board on that pass.
Ooh, that was a very nice dip there by Bats on that outside line to grab 4 more for the Boxers. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 more for the Boxers. Call off that jam. So that is going to be an 8-7 jam. Oh, I'm sorry, a 12-7 jam. Nice work there by Jadrian as well.
So now Babs will take the line for the first time here for the Jewel Boxers, going up against Thea Hellpact for the scare. So Hellpact is going to be your lead jammer. So Thea hits into the pack, picks up 4 points, and then calls that jam off, extending the scare's lead to 17-7.
So we've got 4 blockers on the track now for the Boxers. 1 in the box for the scare, as we've got Frowntown jamming against De La Hoya.
Frowntown finds an inside line, quickly picks up lead jammer De La Hoya right on the tail. And De La Hoya is going to force an early call off there. 1 point for the scare.
So we've still got that 4-3 pack advantage in favor of the Boxers. Jadrian now lining up against Bats. both of our jammers now going for those sidelines, but getting drawn back.
Finally, after all that, Bats picks up lead jammer. It takes 30 seconds to establish lead. Jadrian still trying to complete the initial pass.
Some nice work there by the scare blocking, forcing Jadrian to grind it out in the back. Gretz working on a little bit of O there for Jadrian. Meanwhile, we've got Berto forcing that drawback on Bats, so now we are all the way back in turn 4. Bats is through 4 points now on the board for Scare.
Meanwhile, Bats with the second scoring pass, another 4 points there for the Scare. We've had a star pass to Berto, but Bats is going to pick up 4 more points and then call the jam off. So a 12-point jam there for the Scare, stretches the lead to 30-7. Thea Hellpact on the line again for the Scare, going up against Babs for the Boxers. And Babs is going to be your lead jammer.
So now we've got Thea out on their initial pass as well. We'll see if Babs opts to run this jam, maybe clear the penalty box. Some nice footwork by Babs there at the top. Looks like she is going to run the jam.
Jewel Boxers right now with 2 blockers in the box. So a 4-on-2 pack advantage for the Scare right now. Big jam here for the Scare. Ooh, we got our first power jam here as the Scare jammer takes a seat in the penalty box. I believe it was a blocking on a bounds call. So the Boxers are going to have a power jam to start here. A 15-7 jam in favor of the Boxers there.
Jamming for the Boxers on this power start. We've got De La Hoya. And lead goes to the Boxers. So we've already got 1 scoring pass on the board by the time this power jam is over. And another 4 points picked up by the Boxers. Thea doing a nice job coming hot out of the box and out on her initial.
Another nice scoring pass there by De La Hoya. Yeah. Big jam here so far for the Jewel Boxers. 16 on the board so far. And it's going to be 20 after that pass.
Nice work by the Boxers blocking in the back there, buying a little bit more time for De La Hoya to score. But that will be another 4 points for the Scare.
So 4 more points before calling that jam off, and we've got ourselves a lead change. A 24-point jam for De La Hoya. Next up on the line for the Jewel Boxers, that's Jadrian going up against Frown Town for the Scare. Frown Town quickly picks up lead jammer for the Scare. So 4 points on the board there for that pass for Frown Town. And now we're going to have a power jam here for the Jewel Boxers. With that penalty on Frown Town, that means we're going to have a 2-minute jam.
With the Scare losing so many blockers to the box, this is a great opportunity for the Boxers to put some points on the board, and Jadrian does. 4 points for the Boxers.
Power jam comes to an end as Frown Town comes out of the box and re-engages quickly. Another 4-point pass there for Frown Town.
Oh, nice hit out by Ahura.
So Jadrian put 4 on the board there on that last pass. So it was a 15 to 8 jam. And we have yet another lead change. Lafayette Scare back in the lead by 2 points. And it's going to be Babs out there now for the Boxers going up against Bats for the Scare.
Oh, and Bats finds a hole on the inside line. It makes a quick escape to grab lead jammer. However, Babs is also out on her initial pass.
So Bats hits the pack, gets a few points, and calls that jam off. 3 points on that jam.
So on the line now, we've got Frown Town of the Scare jamming against De La Hoya. Frown Town quickly picks up lead. De La Hoya, however, also out on their initial. So looks like Frown Town was able to pick up a quick 2 points before she called that jam. Bring our score up, a 61 Scare, 54 for the Boxers. Still a very tight game.
So Thea Hellpact out there for the Lafayette Scare quickly picks up lead jammer on that inside line. Jadrian out there for the Jewel Boxers.
Nice drawback there by the Boxers blocking. Let's see if they can force Thea to grind it out in the back. And meanwhile, lead is going to go to Thea, who opts to call off that jam.
The official chiropractor of arch rival Triad Sports and Family Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Dr. Jennifer McCleary provides top-notch sports chiropractic care, injury rehabilitation, acupuncture, nutrition consultation, and cutting-edge recovery modalities. Whether you're looking to recover from an injury, prevent one from happening, or simply optimize your performance, she has the expertise and experience you need. That's Triad Sports and Family Chiropractic. We're back in action now. It's Babs out there for the Boxers going up against Frowntown for the Scare. And Babs is going to be your lead jammer. Frowntown also right out of the pack. And Babs is going to have to call that jam off. So a 0-0 jam. I don't think you're going to see too many of those in this game.
We are starting Jam 12 with a full contingent of blockers. De La Hoya jamming against Bats.
And De La Hoya is your lead jammer.
So we have made it all the way around to turn 3, and Bats is just grinding it out at the top of the pack. Meanwhile, we've got De La Hoya on their second scoring pass. Ooh, they find a little bit of daylight on the inside. 4 more points for the Boxers. Nice hit out by Draghi, forcing Bats into that one-on-one at the top of the pack. It looks like we have had a star pass now.
So the jam is called. 4 more points. Is a 16-point jam, which is also a lead change. Jewel Boxers once again ahead by 6 points. The score 70-64 with 11:19 to go here in the first half. And it's going to be Jadrian now out there for the Boxers, going against Frowntown for the Scare.
Really grindy start to this next jam. But your lead jammer is going to be Frowntown.
Four points on the board so far for Frowntown in the Scare. Another quick strike by Frowntown, 4 more points.
It's a very nice star pass now to Slayfire. And it looks like we've got Frowntown calling to run this jam long.
Another 4 points there for Frowntown.
Nice work there by Slayfire. Thought that was going to be a track cut, but she seeds just in time.
So another scoring pass in the books, and then Frowntown calls the jam off, but I do believe that is going to be a 24-point jam for the Lafayette Scare and a lead change. Oh, and Babs picks up a track cut right off the bat, so it's going to be a power jam here for, or no, it's not, as Thea Helpact is now also headed to the penalty box for a back block. So we're going to swap jammers. This is going to be about a 5-second power jam for Babs.
So yeah, fun fact for our newer viewers, you cannot have both jammers in the box at the same time. It kind of breaks the game. So you will sometimes see those jammers trading off shorter penalties.
With no one able to now secure lead jammer, this will be a full 2-minute jam.
That is a hard one. 4 points going to each of our teams on that pass. Mahara with a little spin move there around the apex. 4 more points for the Scare. Meanwhile, we've got Babs grinding it out now with that Scare blocking contingent. Wildside and Hammer forcing that drawback.
So an 11-8 jam there in favor of the Scare, stretches the Scare's lead to 9 points. 95-86 in favor of the Scare with 6:27 to go here in the first half.
All right, we've got Bats now on the line, jamming against De La Hoya. Bats forced into that drawback by Draghi, so lead is going to go to De La Hoya. That's such a fun name to say. And that is 4 on the board for the Boxers. Got Bats now trying to stay center and drive those Boxers blockers up, giving De La Hoya time to score 4 more points.
So we have a star pass for the Scare to Bolt, to Deadbolt is now the jammer for the Scare, and that's going to be the end of the jam there as De La Hoya calls it off, but not before picking up 3 more points on that last pass, so 11 points.
Hammer, I believe That was a lead change.
Yes, yes, it was.
It's a really exciting game.
Slayfire out there jamming for the Jewel Boxers against Frowntown for the scare, and Frowntown finds an inside line and quickly picks up lead jammer.
Ooh, Slayfire driven out of bounds, and it looks like Frowntown's going to opt to take a little gamble, run this jam long. So far, it's paying off. Another 4 on the board for the scare. Smart re-entry there by Slayfire. Got 30 seconds left in this jam. Both of our jammers scoring, and we are still running it.
So Frowntown going to call that jam off, but not before picking up 2 more points. So a 26-point jam for the Lafayette Scare and another lead change.
Oh my goodness.
We're getting more changes here than a Weird Al concert.
You know, I got to see him live a couple months ago. You are correct.
And we have our first timeout called by the Jewel Boxers. So the S1 Lifer helmet, best fit plus best protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer.
Run by skaters for skaters, Derby Beast is your one-stop shop for custom team apparel and team stores. Design your print, choose your colors, and bring your ideas to life. Ranging from jerseys, hoodies, tanks, shorts, covers, and now bandanas. They bring out the gear that makes your crew both fashionable and fierce. Outfitting the next wave of athletes on and off the track, unleash your beast at Derby Beast. Go to derbybeast.net and start your custom order today. I'd like to remind everybody that we've got players going around now taking bids for the, I believe it was fan favorite player of the game. Throw in $1. Let us know. Who do you love watching? So we've got Thea now jamming against Jadrian. Oh, nice catch there by Draggy up at the top. Ooh. And lead jammer is going to go to Jadrian.
Hey, yo, Jadrian. You got yourself a lead jammer. So 3 points on that jam for Jadrian. So the score 121 Scare, 112 Boxers with 127 to go here in the first half. What could very well be the last jam of the first half about to begin here, and it's going to be between Frowntown for the scare, and De La Hoya for the Boxers. And Frowntown's going to be your lead jammer. And here comes De La Hoya. Four points for each jammer on that first scoring pass. Frowntown going to hit the pack, pick up 2 points and call it off. But that's going to give us time for another jam.
All right, looks like we've got one jam left in the half. And we are going to have Babs now on the jammer line, jamming against Bats.
Ooh. Track cut call on Bats. So we're going to have a power jam here for Babs and the Jewel Boxers. An opportunity here in the waning moments of the first half to chip away at that lead. An 11-point lead right now enjoyed by the scare. Babs looking to chip away at that here.
Looks like scare blockers trying to pick up a little bit of speed there. Denying Babs those points if they can. Babs finds a way around the outside. Another 4 points for the Boxers.
Power jam comes to an end. Babs is your lead jammer for the Boxers. Nice work on the outside line there for Babs. Gets through, picks up 4 points. Initial pass now completed by Bats. Gonna pick up 3 points on that last pass. Oh, heavens to Betsy. We have a tie game. All right, about to get back in action here. The second half. These two teams are knotted up at 127. To start things off here in the second half, it's going to be Frowntown versus De La Hoya. Both teams at full strength. And we are underway, second half action. And De La Hoya is going to be your lead jammer to start things off here for the Jewel Boxers.
Oh, and it looks like the Boxers are in a little bit of penalty trouble at the start of this half.
Yeah, the Boxers taking a page out of the Saints playbook, running these jams a little longer than they normally would, giving up some points, but getting points of their own in return. That's going to be an 8-4 jam to start off the first half. So the Boxers going to be in the lead now by 4. Jam 2 here, about to get underway, and it's going to be Babs for the Boxers against Bats for the scare.
So big advantage on this start now, and Bats takes advantage. Lead jammer goes to the scare. Box is cleared. Bats calls off the jam. 4 on the board for scare, and we have another tied game.
Next up on the line, it's Jadrian for the Boxers, Thea Helpact for the Scare.
So we've got Thea in the back trying to pull that Boxers wall apart. However, she does get out. Lead jammer goes to the Scare.
So a back block call on Thea Helpack is going to be our first power jam of the second half, and it's going to go in favor of the Boxers. And now with the star pass to Regrets, this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes.
All right, we've got our Boxers blockers cleared out of the box, trying to give Gretz a little bit of help. And Gretz does get out 4 points for the Boxers.
So that jam comes to an end. 3 points for the Scare, 4 points for the Boxers, and that's going to be a 1 point difference. The Boxers up 143-142. And it's going to be Frown Town now out there for the Scare. Going to make it to De La Hoya for the Boxers. Frown Town lead jammer Scare.
And nice hop there by De La Hoya. Also out on their initial pass. Scare is still in a little bit of penalty trouble. So it looks like Frown Town is going to try to do a couple more laps, clear the box. And with both of our jammers going point for point in that jam, we still have Jewel Boxers in the lead by 1 point. 155-154.
Best fit plus best protection equals the S1 Lifer helmet. Get a lifer, be a lifer.
The penalty box is clear. The pack is ready. We've got Bats now on the line against Babs. Babs trying to beat that Scare. Recycle at the front of the pack. She does to grab lead jammer. Both of our jammers now forced to draw back. Looks like Dragon's going to take Bats all the way back to the pivot line. And meanwhile, we've got 4 on the board for the Boxers.
So a star pass by the Scare. Hammer now the jammer. So Babs calls that jam off. 3 points for Hammer. Looks like 3 points there for the Boxers as well. So 5 points separate these two squads now. And it'll be Frowntown out there for the Scare, Jadrian for the Boxers. Frowntown with a nice move to the outside, picks up lead jammer for the Scare.
Jadrian grinding it out at the top as Rectangle tries to crash that wall, as does Link.
Four points there for Frowntown in the Scare.
Got Berto now trying to clear a path for Jadrian. As this pack just gets grindier and grindier. Frowntown goes for the apex jump and makes it. Meanwhile, that is a successful star pass, so your jammer for the Boxers is Berto.
Frowntown with 4 more points. Another 4 points there for Frowntown. And 3 more points there as the jam comes to an end. So it's going to be a 31-point jam for the Scare and a lead change. Thea Hellpact now out there for the Scare.
Up against De La Hoya. Some names are just more fun to say.
Oh, yes. So a 4-on-3 pack advantage in favor of the Boxers as Deadbolt sits in the penalty box right now.
De La Hoya popping back up and grabs lead jammer for the Boxers. Thea, meanwhile, looking for a little daylight on the inside. Does get closed off, however. And that is 4 more points from De La Hoya.
So De La Hoya picks up 4 more points on the last pass there. Quickly calls the jam off. So 14 points the difference now in favor of the Scarers, 188 to 174 with 18:47 to go here in the second half. And it's going to be Frowntown out there now for the Scare, going against Babs for the Boxers.
Oh, Frowntown jukes out that tripod to grab lead. Babs hot on her heels.
I think you can safely say that the Frowntown is having a monster game for the Scare.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even with that 31-point jam, this is a tight game. Nice O there from Draghi on the outside. Getting Babs that quick scoring pass.
So a 12-12 jam there. And now it'll be Sleigh Fire out there for the Boxers against Bats for the Scare.
Sleigh Fire. Heading wild side, taking a little bit of a spill, pops right back up. Quick recycle there from the Scare, but Sleigh Fire scores 4 more points for the Boxers. And that is a star pass now to Deadbolt. So Sleigh Fire grabbing 4 more, calls off that jam. And suddenly we have a 6-point game.
The official chiropractor of arch rival Triad Sports and Family Chiropractic. Optimize your performance. She has the expertise and experience you need.
Got Frowntown now jamming up against De La Hoya, who grabs a quick lead going up the inside line. Frowntown also out on her initial. Oh, big apex hop by De La Hoya. 4 points going to the Boxers. And this is a 2-point game.
So making their first appearance on the jam line tonight for the Boxers, that's Draghi going up against Thea Helpact for the Scare. Thea Helpack going to be your lead jammer for the Scare. Oh, and a track cut call on Draghi, so now a power jam here for the Scare. Thea Helpack calls the jam off after picking up 4 points. Want to take advantage of this power jam situation and put Frowntown back out there. We'll see if it pays off. Because you get Frowntown to start this jam on the power jam, and then on top of it, Frowntown will then be going up against Draghi once the power jam comes to an end.
Like you said, Hammer, Frowntown's been having a monster game, so great choice to start off this power jam. And lead jammer goes to Frowntown.
Power jam comes to an end as Draghi re-enters play for the Boxers.
So Frowntown calls off that jam. It's going to be another 4 points for the Scare. Oh, actually, I think another 6 points for the Scare. So that's going to bring our score 210 Scare, 198 Boxers.
Next up on the jammer line for the Boxers, it's Babs going up against Bats for the Scare. Babs able to maintain their balance and pick up lead jammer for the Boxers. Two Jewel Boxer blockers headed to the penalty box, so a 4-on-2 advantage now in the pack for the Scare.
Babs doing a nice job of fighting through those elevator doors of those blockers at the front. Oh. Looks like we had some refs down, but they are okay.
So a 4-4 jam there, so the difference still 12 points. 11:30 to go here in the second half. The Scare lead 214 to 202. And it's De La Hoya out there for the Boxers against Frowntown for the Scare.
This is a great opportunity for the Scare. Two Boxers blockers still in the box as she grabs the lead.
So Frowntown quickly calls that jam off, picks up 4 points, extends their lead. We're going to have a referee timeout. Triad Sports and Family Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Dr. Jennifer McCleary provides top-notch sports chiropractic care, injury rehabilitation, acupuncture, nutrition consultation, and cutting-edge recovery modalities. Whether you're looking to recover from an injury, prevent one from happening, or simply optimize your performance, she has the expertise and experience you need. That's the official chiropractor of our rival, Triad Sports and Family Chiropractic.
Durable, functional, stable. I'm wearing them right now. The S1 Pro knee pads are built for roller derby.
Run by skaters for skaters, Derby Beast is your one-stop shop for custom team apparel and team stores. Design your print, choose your colors, and bring your ideas to life. Ranging from jerseys, hoodies, tanks, shorts, covers, and now bandanas, they bring out the gear that makes your crew both fashionable and fierce. Outfitting the next wave of athletes on and off the track, unleash your beast at Derby Beast. Go to derbybeast.net to start your custom order today. About to get back in action here, and it's Jadrian on the line for the Boxers, going to be against Thea Halpact for the Scare.
And lead jammer is going to go to Thea. Jadrian now also out on her initial. Thea finding some room on that inside. Apex scores 4 more points for the Scare. So we've got Jadrian now fighting in the back as the Scare starts to send a little bit of over for Thea. Thea pushing that pack up as far as she can. Gets through for another 4 points.
So they're going to call that jam off. 3 points there at the end for Jadrian. So a 12-3 jam. 17 points now the difference in favor of the Scare. 9:16 to go here in the second half. And now it's going to be Frowntown for the Scare going up against Babs for the Boxers. Frowntown so far this game has been an absolute dominating force on the track. But it's going to be Babs who picks up lead jammer here for the Boxers. Each team sending a blocker to the box.
All right, so Frowntown through on a scoring pass. Moonstone Mahler closing off that apex to Babs and forcing the call off.
So 4-4 is the different 4-4 is the jam there. Each team putting 4 points on the board, and now it's going to be Bats out there for the Scare going against De La Hoya for the Jewel Boxers. Oh, now we got a timeout by the Scare. Located in Maplewood, 26 Fitness helps people fall in love with fitness by creating an inclusive, body-positive CrossFit and weightlifting gym where strength builds confidence and community builds resilience. We work out because we love our bodies, not because we hate them. We pride ourselves in being welcoming, accessible, and completely non-intimidating. No egos, no judgment, just a supportive community that meets you where you are. Visit CrossFit26.com for more info.
If you need to protect your noggin, how about go with the S1 Lifer helmet? Best fit plus best protection equals the S1 Lifer helmet. Get a lifer, be a lifer.
Gotta protect that nougat.
Like the ones with the visor. All right, so with that timeout coming to an end now, we've got Bats donning the star against De La Hoya. And both of our teams will start blocker down. Oh, and lead is going to go to Bats.
Oh, we got a power jam here as De La Hoya takes a seat in the penalty box for the Boxers. So an opportunity here for the Scare to stretch that lead.
Oh, some nice work there by the Boxers blocking, dragging Bats to the back. Closing off that space on the inside line and killing that power jam.
Nice penalty kill there by the Boxers. In a pivotal moment this late in the game, the Boxers only give up 8 points on the power jam. Keeps them within striking distance. 25 points, the difference now. And it's Draghi on the line for the Boxers going up against Frowntown for the Scare. Boxers down one blocker as Slayfire sits in the penalty box.
Oh, some nice feet by Frowntown now. So the lead is going to go to the Scare. Draghi out on her initial pass as well. Oh, and Draghi manages to evade that recycle from Deadbolt. As Frowntown grabs another 4 points. So it looks like we are going to have another long jam.
We got ourselves some Australian rules derby right now.
Ooh. Ooh,
4 more points on the jam for Frowntown.
Oh, nice lateral feet there from Frowntown. Another quick 4 points. Draghi on another scoring pass as well.
So a 21-16 jam in favor of the Scare stretches the lead to 259 to 229 with 4:20 to go here in the second half. A timeout called by the Boxers.
Triad Sports and Family Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of tonight's game. Dr. Jennifer McCleary provides top-notch sports chiropractic care, injury rehabilitation, acupuncture, nutrition consultation, and cutting-edge recovery modalities. Whether you're looking to recover from an injury, prevent one from happening, or simply optimize your performance, she has the expertise and experience you need. She helped me out with a little bit of whiplash a few weeks ago. Night and day difference. Personally recommend.
I just need a whole new back. Can they do like a back replacement? Is that a thing yet?
You could always ask. Probably.
Science!
So with under 5 minutes left in this game now, we've got Thea Hellcat on the line against Babs. Full contingent of blockers on the track. And lead is going to go to Babs. So with 2 blockers in the box, especially Babs is going to look to run this jam a little long, put as many points on the board as she can. Ooh. Big swing by KD, but Babs is on through for another 4. Boxers in a little bit of penalty trouble, but Rectangle and Berto doing a nice job of sitting on Thea. Oh no, and that is a track cut for Babs, so this is going to be a power jam in favor of the Lafayette Scare.
So that jam comes to an end, and it's going to be looks like a 12-12 jam. Correction, a 16-12 jam in favor of the Boxers. And now we're going to have an official review by the Jewel Boxers. I want to give a big shout out to Null Inc., who's done some great merch designs this season for Arch Rival. Be sure to go see some of their work up at the merch booth there where you came into the arena this evening. Also be sure to vote for your fan favorite for the evening if you haven't yet.
Absolutely. I also want to give a big shout out to Coach Splatter's shiny, shiny jacket.
Yeah, I can't even look out there right now. It's blinding.
Oh, it's so good. Sugar Witch Ice cream sandwiches. They are a longtime supporter of arch rival roller derby, as well as our favorite post-practice snack.
I do like myself an ice cream sandwich. STL Window Cleaners, proud sponsor of Arch Rival. Together we keep St. Louis shining on and off the track. That's STL Window Cleaners.
So as we're going through this official review, let's hear a big round of applause if you're here for the Lafayette Scare. And now let's give a big cheer for the Jewel Boxers.
Ooh.
Okay, okay, all right.
All right, okay. Each team with one blocker in the box, a power jam in favor of the Scare to start. It's Frowntown out there for the Scare and picks up lead jammer. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the second half.
And that is 4 on the board for Frowntown as this power jam comes to an end. So star in hand, Bab does get through on her initial. So Frowntown, another big jam. This one's shaping up to be 16 on the board. It looks like she's keeping an eye on that clock, trying to pad out that lead as much as possible. And we have a star pass now to De La Hoya.
So that jam comes to its natural conclusion. And no timeout called, so this game is going to end on the 24-14 jam in favor of the Scare. So